Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. For today's recipe, we're making pumpkin spice tamales. In a medium saucepan, add 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, 1 cup of water. We're also going to add 7 ounces of piloncillo, 1 stick of cinnamon, and 1 star anise. If you can't find piloncillo, you can substitute it for 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Add it to the saucepan and turn on the burner to medium heat. Once the milk begins to heat up, the piloncillo is going to soften up. You'll want the milk to get hot but not reach the boiling point. Right before it reaches the boiling point, turn off the burner and cover for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to separate the corn husks and soak them in hot boiling water for about 30 minutes. I like to place a large heavy object over the hojas to ensure they're completely submerged in the water. Fish out the cinnamon and the star anise from the milk, and while the milk is still hot, add half a cup of butter. In a medium bowl, add 3 cups of your favorite corn flour. For seasonings, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, half a teaspoon of ground cloves, half a teaspoon of pumpkin spice, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Mix in the dry ingredients with the corn flour. Now we're going to move on to the wet ingredients. By this time, the butter should be completely melted. Add 1 15-ounce can of your favorite pumpkin puree to the corn flour and half a cup of the milk from the stock pot. Mix those ingredients, then add the rest of the milk from the stock pot. Continue mixing for another 5 minutes or until everything is well incorporated and you no longer see white specks of masa. For the last ingredient, I'm going to add half a cup of chopped walnuts. These are completely optional. You can add them or you can substitute it for any other nuts that you prefer. You can also add raisins or dried fruit and make it as unique to your taste. Remove the hojas from the bowl and pat them dry. When preparing your tamales, you want to add the masa to the smoother side of the hoja. Add a good spoonful of the masa right in the middle of the hoja. Fold over one side and then the other. Fold over the tip. Turn it over. You can leave them open just like this, but when making sweet tamales, I like to fold in the tip. Place it down with the flap down and continue with the rest of the tamales until you run out of the masa. Once all the tamales are folded, arrange the tamales in the steamer in a lay-down position with the flap down or a stand-up position. Add enough water to your steamer as needed and place it on the burner on high heat. Once it reaches a boil, lower the heat to low and steam with the lid on for 1 to 1.5 hours. Carefully remove the tamales from the steamer and allow them to cool down slightly before opening them. Now we're going to cut them in half so you can see what they look like in the middle. Enjoy them just like this or drizzle with a little bit of condensed milk and top them off with chopped walnuts. And enjoy with your favorite cup of coffee any time of the day.